Alright, how's it going, everybody? This is your host, Arctic Ghost, and welcome to another episode of the Arctic Pauper Show. This week, I'm going to be bringing you a red aggro deck, but it's a lot different than your usual goblins or burn or anything. So I was looking at the MTG Goldfish League results, and came across this deck actually while I was just editing a different deck, and it caught my eye, and then I found it on Reddit. I apologize that I don't remember the name of the person who played the deck or the person who made the thread on Reddit. So if you guys ever see this video or you read this article, feel free to shout you guys out. Would love to give you guys a shout out, so feel free. So what is this deck? This is red deck wins. This is not goblins. What does this deck have that advantages over goblins? Well, this deck is actually kind of faster than goblins, but it's more straightforward and it doesn't have a lot of ways to go wide. You know, you don't have Goblin Matron to kind of have a late game aspect. You don't have Goblin Sledder or Mog Raider to spread out your damage. You don't have little creatures like Goblin Arsonist to kind of make your opponent think about, okay, what, should I Wrath the God now? Should I not? But what this deck does have the advantage. Oh, and it doesn't have things like Goblin Sparksmith. What this deck does have is speed, and that is actually, I think, really good in the format right now. I've played maybe 3 matches with the deck, and I haven't lost. But of course, that could be just me getting lucky, or me just running into good matchups. I'm going to be taking this deck into a Pauper Classic Tuesdays tonight. I did consider a league, but the last couple of leagues that I've played, I kind of just faced redundancy. Like, I think the first league I did with the deck, out of 5 rounds, I faced the same deck 3 times. And then I face 2 decks, and I faced them twice in the last league. And I'd rather give you guys what I hope is variety in different matchups, which I'm hoping that Pauper Classic Tuesdays will give me. Plus, I kind of upset I didn't get to play last week, so I want to try this deck here. So first up are the 1 drops, which you have Goblin Cohort, Jackal Familiar, and Mog Conscripts. These are your 1 mana 2/2s. They're basically the best that this format has to offer for red. Uh, yes, you have Goblin Bushwhacker as a 1/1, but you're mostly going to be casting as a 2 mana 2/2. As far as your 2 drops, you have Mudbrawler Cohort, Valley Dasher, and Rakdos Shred Freak, along with Goblin Bushwhacker. You only play 3 Rakdos Shred Freak because you need room for something, and it is technically the worst of the 2 mana guys because it is only a 1 toughness. Yes, this is 1 toughness, but for its kicker ability, it's one of the best 2 drops. At 3 mana, you have Infernal Acolyte. This is actually kind of bad sometimes if you actually cast it for the alternate cast cost of 3 instead of evoking it. Evoking it is actually just kind of a shock. Which, if most players aren't playing around at 1 mana, it can actually make a difference. But the fact that it's a 3 mana 2/2 that also pumps a dude. Like, I've gone turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and then 1 on turn 4. I think that's put them to 18, put them to 16, put them to 10, just win the game with Fire Blast or just like another guy. So far, I liked it. I might go to 2 and either up a burn spell or actually go to 4 Rakdos Shred Freak, but so far 3 has been good. And then you have Goblin Heel Cutter, which is becoming one of my favorite creatures in Pauper. This guy is just insane for the fact that he is a constant attacker with dash, makes a guy not block. The dash counts as casting him, so it's really good for these guys. And it's also really good with Jackal Familiar because now you always have a creature to attack with. So that's the creature base. As far as the burn spells, they should be pretty obvious. You got 4 Lightning Bolt, 2 Fire Blast to finish the game with, and then a couple of Chain Lightnings to play as Lightning Bolt number 5 and 6. Unfortunately, red is really popular in Pauper right now, so the drawback on this card can sometimes impact you, but 1 mana makes a difference over something like Lightning Strike or Incinerate. That's the main deck. The main deck, I believe, is the exact same as the one that I copied. The sideboard, I believe, is a little different if I remember correctly. You have Smash Smithereens just against artifact-based strategies and especially against Affinity. Flaring Pain against protection strategies like Cop Red, Prismatic Strands, etc. Pyroblast against blue decks to help force through cards like Goblin Bushwhacker, Fire Blast, Goblin Heel Cutter. Flame Slash if you need an extra big removal spell to plow the way. And then Electrickery against token decks, which are actually becoming quite popular as of late. I might go to 2 Electrickery and Force Smash Smithereens. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. So that is the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed the Decktech, and I hope you guys join me for the Pauper Classic Tuesdays tournament I'm going to take it through. So I'll see you soon, and thanks for watching.